gave, the less I got. Oh yeah. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. Wanted sunshine, I got some rain. Got some rain, yeah. Then I saw a face. I'm a believer, not a trace. Doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. What's the use of trying? All you get is pain. When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. Then I saw a face. I'm a believer, not a trace. Doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Then I saw a face. I'm a believer, not a trace. Doubt in my mind. I'm a believer.
Man, it's a hot one, like 7 inches from the midday sun. Well, I hear you whispering the words to melt everyone, but you stay so cool. Mom on your guitar,
We could wait until the walls come down.
you're my reason for reason, the step in my groove, yeah.
To keep my hands on myself. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. When I'm not on the shelf. Yeah. Anywhere to take you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all. 何しゃべりお嬢様か弱いオーラで惑わせる一目見たら釘付けよヴァンパイアガールキューン Take my pride.
Gonna see me.
Memories broken, the true ghost unspoken. I've even forgotten my name. I don't know the season or what is the reason I'm standing here holding my way. A desolate place, without any trace. Only the cold and the fear. It's me that I spy as I stand up and fight. The only thing I know for real.
Keep my hands on myself. Oh yes, wait a minute.
That. Okay, that's not right. Okay, that's not right. At all. You shouldn't be able to hear me. Okay. Okay, that's my mic. Yes. Audio output capture. Starship. Okay, and now if I play something. Okay, there we go.
This life ain't good enough. I would give my all to lift you up. I could change my.
Recording in progress.
That still works. Awesome.
What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you guys.
Zephyr, can
Oh,
you hear
of
me?
course. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you talking? Because I can't hear you, bro.
I am talking right now. Let's see. Bob it. Are you deaf?
Damn it. It's connected. What's going on?
Uh-huh. It's probably void, huh?
It's got the
All right.
quirky pulse
No, I
audio.
sometimes with Pulse you have to like switch between different inputs.
Yeah, no, I
Uh-huh.
have that issue too. It's super annoying.
It's super annoying. It's
Audio devices suck in Linux.
Oh,
excuse me?
Plasma just kind of deals with that for me. I can just, choose it
Okay,
very
well,
easily.
aren't you special,
I
Mr.
know, right?
Pulse KDE user?
All right. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live,
Yep.
but we only have 3 people watching, so I'm going to annoy the Slack channel.
Oh, we're up to 4 now, though.
Oh, I should probably. I'm gonna send another at channel.
should pull up the stream, right?
I mean, if you want to, it's up to you.
I mean, otherwise I don't know what you're showing them.
I mean, you can guess.
Why guess when I can see?
That's a good point.
Oh, I had to mute. I had to mute you too. Oh, I had to mute myself.
Let's see if we get more viewers now that I spammed the channel. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wow, such
I
toxic spam.
I don't think anyone watches this, to be honest. It's really us talking to Nolan. So
Sometimes Paul shows up. Sometimes Paul shows up.
that's a Nolan shout out there.
9 people? We have 9 people watching?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, hey, that's pretty
I
good.
think it's a lie because
8
half,
concurrent
like
viewers?
4 of them are probably
Yeah,
us.
it's like, hey, Bobbit, Andy Lug. Okay, those are 2 non-people.
I don't think Bobbit tunes into the stream. I think he's just in the chat room. I'm looking at the
I don't know.
viewers.
I don't know how. No.
I want to
Who
believe.
knows how Twitch does their accounting?
Whoop, whoop.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm helping system students out right now. So if I look distracted, it's because...
You should point them to the stream.
Yeah.
Like whenever you
We'll,
help
we'll,
someone new.
we'll answer the system's homework.
No.
Let's all do crack.sh on stream. Good idea, Nolan.
I'm begging, join the stream. Come on, dude. Don't beg. Don't be that guy.
Okay, here, let me fix it.
All right. Do we have time? I'm gonna go put this plate downstairs. Maybe grab some Girl Scout cookies. I'll be back.
I mean, I guess we do.
I mean, we didn't have a choice, so yeah, we'll
Yeah,
wait.
that was not a question.
That was not a question, that was a, I'm doing this.
Oh, it's pretty cute piano in the background though.
Yeah.
Since I made the tier sheet with the ND Lug Twitter on the bottom, it plugs the ND Lug Twitter
Yeah.
like multiple times on it.
I got a notification from Twitter saying a new login happened, and I was like, it must be Nolan.
I could have guessed the credential. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it worked, so.
Yep. That tier site is really slow. Like it's impressive.
All right.
Yeah, it took a while to pull up. I noticed that.
All right. I'm ready. Let's get this show going.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's
talk.
So, AKK, what you been up to?
Indecisively spending my money.
What are you doing, dude? Just
So
stop.
originally,
You're still on the headphones, right?
I was on headphones.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
I'm no
and then what
longer on
happened?
headphones. No longer on headphones. That's done. It's not worth my trouble trying to figure that out.
Wait, are you
now.
buying or did you cancel?
I canceled. I'm not gonna think about it.
You're not consuming.
I'm not consuming $500 of headphones.
Okay.
So to let people know, you're talking about the AirPod Max,
The
right?
the stupid expensive ones from Apple. But
I think you could just say stupid, but yeah, go ahead.
so they're not expensive?
I mean, they are, but whatever.
They are expensive, but yeah, so I'm spending my money and time elsewhere.
And where else would that be? Or is that undecided yet?
I'm buying a Mac Pro in New
I thought
Jersey.
they got discounted.
In New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you
Is this
Craigslist
wise?
one off someone.
No.
Wait.
that.
Hold on. Isn't there like a campus compact or something
No.
you signed?
No, that never happened. Me not leaving campus is canon. Yeah, but I don't want to do that when I can just start. I can start a small business for myself. It's actually a member of Chad Holdings. Some of you might have heard of it. It's run by tech mogul Sam Battaglio. So we're a small. It's like a courier system, but for myself. What is the deep lore? The gist of it is someone may or may not be going to New Jersey to get a Mac Pro from 2006 for $100.
Wait, what generation was that?
That's Mac Pro 1,1.
Oh.
It only
Nice.
runs up to, I believe, 2012 software, which isn't bad, considering.
Why are you on this like retro computing kick?
You did this to him.
Yeah, this is hackers right here. I'm trying to get my project, my talks like perfect, and you're like, herder, don't drive 20 hours round trip for a computer.
He's trying harder for your class than he's ever tried in the class before.
Absolutely.
Wow, I'm kind of honored, but I don't want you to break the campus compact.
I'm not
so
gonna break the
let's
campus
move
compact.
off this. Let's move off this topic before you furpo yourself. Okay.
No one's leaving.
So Zeppin, what have you been up to?
I bought Wizard of Legend last week, and I've been playing some of that. I've also, I know you're gonna touch on this briefly. I also have done the boss rush. Pretty fun.
Wait, you beat the game already?
No, I've gotten to the end and then been cucked at the end a couple times.
Okay.
So, not yet. And that's
Alright.
pretty much it. I've
What's
done that,
your-
I've
what's
done
your
school
favorite-
stuff.
What's your favorite build?
My most successful build is a lightning build. I have my favorite is a really dumb fire build that works up until like the second or third.
I like fire.
Fire is so bad at utility though. Like it doesn't
Exactly.
do crowd control. It's just pure damage. It's like if I can kill you, I win. If I can't,
Oh, I
I'm
can have
screwed.
I have a little bit of crowd control, but yeah,
I struggle with fire.
if
Sounds
you
like
get
you're
like
not
stun
good at the
locked
game.
once, you're just done. Like that's the end.
Well,
And
so
that's what
so
happened.
this week, I finally beat Boss Rush, which was
Nice.
great. And then
Congratulations.
I discovered there was a hard mode. I was watching a YouTube video of some dude playing. I was like, wait, there's a hard mode?
Oh my
So
God.
I did that.
Of course there is.
But,
It's for all
but
the
I'm
tryhards
really-
we've already finished.
But I'm also very excited for Minecraft Dungeons is going to have a new DLC next week, I believe in 6 days, called The Flame of the Nether. And they're going to rebalance the game and allow me to grind as much as I want. But I need to upgrade my computer because my current computer only plays the game at 10 FPS, so it's a
Bruh.
potato.
That's not playing the game.
That is not playing the game.
That is
That is
not
watching
playing.
a slideshow.
It's a very nice slideshow. Okay.
I could spam
so-
the right arrow faster than that.
So I need to get a better computer to play this. And then in other news, I've been reading my Rabbit book. I am now on the third book of Ember
Rabbit.
Rising.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about
got a
rabbits.
bird on it.
Well, there's two rabbits here, bro.
That's
this
a
is
bird.
the Lord of Prey.
Bird's in the middle, dude.
They're fighting the Lord of Prey. Okay.
Lord of.
So. And so after this, I'll probably go read that, and then tomorrow I'll take my third COVID test.
Woo.
My previous two have been negative. Hopefully tomorrow it's also negative, and then I will be able to leave quarantine and I'll see people on Monday. So that's very exciting.
Throw the confetti.
Exciting. All right, let's get
That
into our
is if-
news.
That is if Notre Dame doesn't become all online.
Yeah, so if
in the
Notre
next
Dame
week.
doesn't cuck us.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the COVID corner.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll get there. All right, let's talk about the first story here,
First thing.
which is Chromebooks outsold Macs in 2020.
Yeah. This isn't
do you think
surprising
about that?
to me at all because Chromebooks, I historically have had the most use in education, And well, with COVID, a bunch of people have to educate online, including a bunch of younger students. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I think this will cause Google to do that push because they're trying to push to get like some corporations into the Chromebook land, and I think that will. It's like a long game, right? With this many users in formative years, I think there's going to be a lot of potential employees later that are going to want Chromebooks.
I mean, in November, when I realized my kids were going to go virtual learning in December, the first thing I did was I went out and I bought another Chromebook for my daughter. I bought this. It's so funny. I hate stickers on laptops. I don't know how you guys feel about stickers on laptops, but I hate them.
Not a fan.
But your kids like them?
I gave the stickers to my kids, and look what they did. So they
Do they even
put
know
all
what
my
half of
stickers
those are?
on No, they have no idea. They're like, oh, it's a cute little,
V.
Python thingy. A V.
They know they are stickers, and that's pretty much all that matters.
It's a penguin, It's just like whatever. But I bought this. It was on sale Christmas, and it's been great. It's been awesome to have for them, because now I have 2 Chromebooks, right? I got the old Pixel and this one, and every day the kids use them, and so I'm like, at least it's Linux.
Is he frozen?
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I mean, there's a lot of Linux you can't use in a Chromebook. Like,
yeah.
But they have like their virtual sandbox environment, though.
But it's Linux. You can Linux on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because, like, for instance, Zoom and the Chromebook is just as restricted, if not more so, than on Linux. So, like, for instance, like, how like I could do audio sharing on Linux.
Yeah.
You can't do it on Chromebooks either because it's Linux. So
I don't even think
ways,
I don't even think the Linux Zoom has like proper hardware acceleration.
It doesn't. It's not great.
It's kind of crazy.
Because I don't have any GPU usage when I run Zoom, and like most people, like Windows, you have quite a bit. So
yeah. Well, either way, I'm kind of low key a fan of Chromebooks. Besides like the privacy issues. Right?
Telemetry.
Like
Yeah.
I like, for instance, like my parents, right? My dad has a Chromebook, and it's just so easy for him to use. It's like the only non-Windows computer he'll use. And like, I remember him one day was just like, "Okay, I want a computer, but don't give me that Linux thing you use. I don't want that." So,
Well,
but I gave him I gave him a Chromebook, and it was like, whatever. He's been using it for like 8 years now, and so
Nice.
I
The
don't
same
know.
one?
no, I just bought him the same one I got Madeline.
Okay.
So.
But I mean,
So
that's
we
still a
finally
long
updated
time
it.
for a device. If you just bought
Oh
a
yeah,
new
I
one.
mean the mouse wasn't working anymore.
Okay.
So he was using an external one for a while.
And those old Chromebooks
Chromebooks were
have
so
notoriously
bad.
terrible trackpads. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least
All
these
right.
days with this many people buying them, they're getting like better hardware too.
Do you see any students rocking a Chromebook only?
Didn't B
Never seen
Lions used to run a Chromebook? I think
Not
so.
as his primary.
I-
His primary.
I vaguely remember sophomore year him running a Chromebook primary.
Oh.
I haven't
You
seen
could do it in CSE.
Yeah, say it's easy to do. I think it's easy for a lot of people to just use a Chromebook. But
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty slick, to be honest. If you don't need like the traditional apps and if you do most things through a web browser, I mean, which most people do these days, right?
yeah,
Like, it's pretty good. And then plus now that you can run like Android apps or even Linux apps, like it's not bad. It's not a bad experience at all. All right. So our friend, our bestest BFF, Epic
Oh,
Games.
Fortnite.
You want to talk about this?
So,
You wanna talk about this?
Epic Games is apparently filing an official antitrust complaint in the European Union against Apple for the App Store, essentially. Effectively, from my understanding, this is pretty similar to the thing they have tried in the United States in terms of
And we
just,
talked about this
say,
in the last season.
and, you know, I don't know. I don't think it'll. I think if it has a better chance of affecting something in the European Union, because that's kind of their, their bread and butter is antitrust and being against big tech. But
they've been much more aggressive in Europe. So
same with like privacy and all those kind of issues.
It's almost like they have a functioning government. Maybe.
Whoa, let's not get political on the Lug chat.
Sorry.
This is a Christian Lug stream.
This is America fearing Lug stream.
Not nonpartisan. Nonpartisan.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out, but
Yeah.
I still think Apple comes out on top.
I think, say Apple, I don't know. I think Epic Games is really just doing whatever they can. Which I guess it's public court, right? They want to get people to be like, wow, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen.
Now, speaking of sucking in Apple,
Stefan,
do you want to bring this up? You linked this article. Do you want to bring this up?
Yeah. So, I mean, this was inevitable, but now we have malware that's specific to the M1. So,
yes. Let's go, dude. More programs.
There's a huge rush to push programs to the M1 once Apple released it, and I mean the M1s will just gradually. This architecture.
That's just called software portability, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's just software portability.
This is a good thing for M1. It shows that more programs work on M1 than x86.
Look how easy it is to port our malware to M1.
I mean, it was pretty easy. Like this all happened pretty quickly.
Wait, so I have a question. Is Rosetta just an emulator, or does it also have sandboxing?
It's a translation layer.
Yeah.
So emulator is probably not an accurate term. But
it doesn't. But it doesn't do any sandboxing. Because I was like, what if you like?
They're the same. I mean, it's like a normal process on like Mac OS.
It's like Proton. Pretty sure.
Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah,
it's the same.
but even with Proton, right? It's kind of sandboxed because you have like a wiring prefix, right?
For some
Where,
stuff, I think. For some of the graphics stuff, you don't.
You see like a subset of the file system.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see like the whole home directory. So I'm wondering with like Rosetta, like if they could have hooked it in so like, if I wrote like an x86 virus, right? It would only run in that sandbox, but not like the actual whole. I don't know. I thought it could be an opportunity. It could be an opportunity.
The viruses that have come up so far are usually, I think, are like web extensions, like Safari extensions, and so they just like.
I didn't even know Safari extensions.
They do.
Yeah.
They're only distributed through the App Store, which is kind of unfortunate,
but they just kind of gradually scrape info, and that's where we're starting at least. Who knows? We might get more exotic stuff later.
All right, pop quiz. What is the most popular chat? What's the most popular language today?
English.
By chat.
Chinese.
Tell us.
Chinese.
Programming language. If you had a guess, what's your top three? What's your top three programming languages?
Python. English.
In terms of lines of code in deployment, like what's our metric here?
Yeah, what's the metric?
It doesn't matter. We just want to see what people think.
That's like saying Notre Dame is like the best university in the world if you have, metrics. Python,
okay, we got Fortran.
Fortran.
All right, so the reason why I say it doesn't matter. The reason why I say it doesn't matter because different people will have different metrics, right? And so one popular metric in terms of people always report it is the TOB index. So you want to bring up this article here?
I've never heard of this place.
Yeah,
dude. Every year they publish this index, right? And it's based off of like how many Google searches and blah blah blah. It's kind of a dumb metric, but what are they saying is the top here? C.
That's probably because no one can understand C, and you have to Google
and
everything.
Python.
So everyone's like, I don't know how do I do X, Y, Z?
But so it's like a skip. So JavaScript is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Where is our favorite Rust? Where's Rust?
JavaScript
didn't even make the list.
Isn't like the entire internet basically JavaScript?
Where's Rust? I don't see Rust
isn't on the list.
I see. How can this be a valid list?
Visual
How
Basic.
can this be a valid list?
Visual Basic. That's like Excel programming.
Dude, there's still tons of shops, Windows shops.
I know.
Writing that stuff, dude.
But like,
and C was second last apparently.
yeah, see,
That's
jeez,
okay.
And so everyone's like, "Why are you learning C, bro?"
because
It's where the market is, man.
Because
I'm just kidding.
Yankee
I'm just kidding.
Index was said so.
I still don't know what this company is. So is this a company that, what do they sell? They measure software code quality? Let's start a
Yeah.
business where we just judge other people's code.
It's called
Well,
being a TA.
we're gonna start judging in a little bit. So
Yeah.
Right.
Sequel.
We're gonna be
Okay.
judging Linux distros and speaking.
well,
of-
let's judge this next instance here. Okay,
Ah.
so let me paint you a portrait. Okay, so you go to office hours, right? Say you go visit Zephin, and then later on, right? Someone contacts you, says, "Hey, I saw that you went to Zephin for office hours. Do you need tutoring?" How would you feel about that?
I'd say
How would you feel about that?
office hours are free.
I'd say it sounds like my phone's listening to me.
Well, so what happened here in this story is that a developer spun up a Ubuntu virtual machine on Windows Azure, which is owned by Microsoft, and then a few hours later, a Canonical employee, Canonical is the one that
Develops Ubuntu.
builds Ubuntu, contacts them and says, "Hey, by the way, I see that you spun up an Ubuntu VM.
Yeah.
Want some help with that?"
This is like huge.
Like, does that bother you guys?
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that
because-
bothers me more about Canonical than like Azure
No.
and Microsoft.
No. Either way, when I like spin up like a VM on a service like Azure, I mean, it's kind of like this implicit like how much privacy do you have?
Yeah.
You generally don't expect that all of your like your VM activities are available for sale.
Hey,
like
you're
that.
you're just renting someone else's computer, man.
I know.
Like the
but-
whole chain of like Microsoft, that employee, and Canonical, just I don't know.
I agree, Nolan. This is pretty cringe.
Why are people
Yeah.
messaging me? Oh,
So
Like, I mean, it's messed up that Microsoft shares this info, but I think it's also messed up that Canonical uses the info.
yeah, I know. So wait, what was the Canonical rep trying to do or trying to?
he wanted to be like
The sales.
a sales guy. So I actually had a similar experience to this, but it wasn't like as bad. Like, so I was screwing around on the Canonical website for some like embedded Ubuntu thing. I was just looking at it, and I got that little chat thing saying, "Hey, you're looking at this. Do you want to talk about like setting up, a relationship?" And it was a real
Hello?
person. Like,
Sorry,
And
what
so-
was that?
so I made it like, it was just really annoying that these people, if I'm just like looking at a download page for your operating system, please do not talk to me.
But see, that's different though, because you're like on their web property, basically, right?
Yeah, I
So,
get,
like,
Yeah, you're on their lawn.
There's intent there, right? There's intent, right?
That's like
This
popping
is-
up like a little thing that says like, hey, like a auto thing. It's like, hey, do you
I
want
don't
to
know.
chat with someone?
This is like I'm somewhere else and I happen to use your product, and you're snooping on me using your product, and you're like, hey,
Well, they use the
You know,
free product too, that like everyone has
Yeah.
access to. They use Ubuntu. Like, you can download that from anywhere.
but like the creepy part was like, I guess if you read this article, is that it wasn't like his corporate like information. They like stalked him on LinkedIn to get like his personal like email
Yeah,
address
say, like-
to
Yeah.
message him. Like that's like above and beyond creepy, dude.
dude, he's just a good salesman. He's trying to do
I
his
mean,
job.
That's kind of true. I'm just saying it's a little aggressive. A little aggressive.
Did you read at the bottom where it's like, as per there's your terms and conditions, Microsoft shares with Canonical the contact details of developers launching Ubuntu instances on Azure. Like, that's insane. And then of course Microsoft says, customer privacy and trust is our top priority.
Yeah. Still.
They don't sell that information. Apparently they just provide it. So
Yeah, we
it's
don't
ethical.
It's
because
free.
it's not being
we
sold.
don't sell it. We just give it away.
Give it away.
So that's why
It's not sold.
It's not breaking their TOC.
All right, last stories before we do our activity for tonight. So, Nintendo Direct, give us the biggest hits. AKK, what's the big thing?
New Zelda game. That's kind of the main one. Apparently, Mario Golf is coming out. Apparently, I didn't know Fall Guys was coming.
I thought they didn't talk about Breath of the Wild 2.
So they talked about. So they didn't. So Breath of the Wild 2. They did talk about it. They said, "We're not going to talk about it."
Okay.
They were like, "We don't have any information."
The internet's all fired up though over the release the trailer that they leaked a while ago.
Yeah, but apparently Skyward Sword is coming to Switch, which I guess is
with a remaster.
Yeah, I played Skyward Sword on the Wii, and it was all right.
I was a big fan of Skyward Sword. I think they're killing the motion controls, right?
So they're not.
That is a strange picture. What is that picture, dude?
We'd almost forgotten.
Don't talk about it. Okay, I think this is really interesting because I think Skyward Sword was a pretty good game that was let down by Nintendo's
the motion controls,
belief in the Wii.
Yeah, that was kind of my opinion too. I really liked it.
It looks like they're doing the angling for all the sword strikes and stuff with the right analog stick.
Yeah, with one of the Joy-Cons. Apparently, you can still
sounds pretty cool.
Use the motion controls if you want, but I don't know why anyone would. What else did they do? Splatoon 3. I don't know if anyone was asking for that, but
hey, I'm sure there's an audience, and I'm sure they're. I'm
sure there's.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing actually. I only caught the end of it. But there's a lot of new games.
If you are a Nintendo Switch fanboy, then
aren't you a Nintendo Switch fanboy?
No, it's his children.
I'm an enthusiast. I carry the burden of using the Switch at home.
Okay.
But I would say I'm a fanboy.
So, okay, completely unrelated question. What's the ratio of you playing it to your children playing it?
All your children combined. Combine them all.
Probably about, in the last month, I would say...
Be honest.
50 hours to 1. 50 hours to
1. Bruh.
Dude, I play it 4 hours a day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Come on.
But it's exercise.
It's exercise because he's walking.
I'm walking, okay?
Your neck is gonna be so destroyed.
I get steps. I get steps, okay? I get steps.
Yeah, you're.
Look at my watch, man.
How many steps have you done today? Are you done?
Yeah, I am. Look at this. Look at that. Okay.
Wow.
16K. 16K. All right.
Okay.
All right. Looking down. So
speaking of video games. Have you guys heard of Valheim?
Oh, Valheim. I saw this.
No.
This survival game. It's blowing up. All these websites are covering it. And this is not the one we're talking about. I'm talking about the next article.
Yeah, no,
Have you? Anyway, so there's this game. It's a survival-based game. It's supposed to be really good. It's an indie game. I don't know. If anyone wants to play it and we can do a lug thing together, I don't know. Whatever.
It has more players.
But it has native link support.
That's pretty.
Does have link?
It's got
on similar lines. AKK has a Minecraft server.
I do.
And so my son came to me last weekend and was sad because he's I have no one to play Minecraft with, and I won't play with him because I get motion sickness in Minecraft. And so okay, well maybe you can play in the server with AKK, but AKK was busy.
Oh, yeah.
But we played on his server anyways. And
was it actually working? Because apparently it crashed earlier today.
Well, we played over the weekend. It was working.
Okay,
and
that's good.
And so, if you want to join the server and build stuff, Nolan has a nice house there, and AKK has a nice house, and Caleb and I are working on this underground house, so just something, just something.
Nice.
All right.
So one quick thing to add on. This is kind of so in this article from Gaming on Linux, it says like you can buy Valheim with Linux support on Steam, but if you actually check the Steam page, it's not. There is no Linux support. Like it's Linux supported in that I bet it's like platinum on Proton or something, but it's not. Oh. Yeah, but it's not compiled for Linux.
You know what's funny? I found some games run better under Proton than native Linux support, and so sometimes I just use Proton.
Yeah.
Like, I think for either Moonlighter, no, I think it was Forge Crest. I just used it's Forge Crest. I just used the Proton build because the Linux one's garbage. So
yeah, and games like Rocket League, like the Linux version still technically exists, but they dropped it from like multiplayer. But you can just use the Proton version, and it works just fine. So.
Huh. Yeah. So
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's get into our main topic here. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of help from chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna rank distributions of Linux. So if you don't know what distribution is, so Linux is actually not one single operating system, right? Linux is this kernel. So as you learn operating system, that's the core software that sort of manages the hardware for you. And then on top of that, we have a standard library, we have a package manager, we might have a shell, you might have a desktop environment. We have a bunch of other things that sit on top of the kernel. We put it all together and we create what's called a distribution. That is sort of our own flavor or version of Linux. So when you use Linux, there are a bunch of different types that you can pick. So we have a list of what we believe are some of the most popular ones, a couple of obscure ones as well. And we're going to rank them based on 7. Do you want to explain the categories here?
Yeah. So basically, it's S tier, A tier, so on and so forth. But we've tweaked it a little bit. So S tier for us is going to be like daily driver. And then going down from there, solid option. We've got ones that, you might try in a VM. You'd kind of fiddle with them, but you wouldn't, install them seriously. And then below that, it's just downhill. So at least it's not Winblows, and I'd rather use DOS.
Can you zoom in?
Yeah, let me
Can you,
that being said, none of these we'd probably rather actually use DOS, but just go with it.
Hey man, don't diss DOS. DOS is a functional operating system.
So I've added what I think are all of the popular major ones, obviously completely subjective to what I...
All right, are we gonna just go alphabetical, or do you want to take it from the audience?
Let's pick from the audience maybe. I kind of want to see what they want to hear.
All right,
first.
audience, let us know which ones you want to rank.
Yeah, which
one?
one?
And we don't have to do them all either. That's just a...
We don't have to do them all. Yeah, we can just let us know which ones you want us to
Red Hat.
About. Red Hat. All right, let's do Red Hat first.
Red Hat.
I would not.
I know my opinion. What would you guys say?
I'd put it in a VM. If I ever needed to use like CentOS or Red Hat, I'd probably only put it in a VM. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
It's maybe. Right?
I only like it because it has software that's validated for it. Like that's the only reason I would use Red Hat.
I concur. Actually, I would say maybe.
Okay. What is this? Really?
Yeah. It's good.
I was a little surprised because I thought you guys would put it under solid option.
Not for using. I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. So let's be clear. This is from the perspective of whether we would use it. I would definitely not.
I would use it
so...
as like a work
VM
workstation.
Yeah. So
sure. Like
it's a primarily server side distro. It's slow. It's very corporate-y. It's very over-engineered.
It's got users.
It's on the soup machine. It's not good. It's not great. It's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Nolan wants to know, or should we do Emery first? Emery wants to do Arch.
I mean, based on that comment, I think everyone knows where I would put it. I'd put it into. It's my daily driver. Like that's where it's on all of my machines. So.
I would say, yeah. I think Arch is definitely...
And I can argue for it. Like, one of the big things Arch has going for it is the wiki. Like, the Arch wiki is the best Linux wiki.
For sure.
out there.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but I would say Arch is definitely what I would consider one of the top tier
Distros, yeah.
distros. Like if you, as we'll go through the list, we'll talk about it. But like Arch is definitely, at least today, not 10 years ago, but at least today.
No, today.
It's definitely a tier 1 Linux distribution. It is solid. It has great community, great support. I think Valve is actually working on switching from Ubuntu to Arch for their runtime. So
and it's independent and it's not based on anything. So
Yeah.
like as
Yeah,
they roll release into it, it's almost immediate.
yeah. So so we got a little by the way here. Well,
Yeah,
okay, so
exactly.
let's
There's a little bit of cancer stuff about the
so
community.
let's build off Arch. Let's talk about Manjaro.
Manjaro.
Right? Where would you put Manjaro?
Daily driver.
I'd put it as a solid
because
option.
the entire Arch wiki applies to it, and they have lots of different installers for pretty much anything you would want. So like, they have all of the common DEs, and if you don't want one of those, they have Architect, which is just like a convenient installer for Manjaro for anything else you could possibly want. So
my only problem with Manjaro is leadership. I think the leadership is
okay, that's a good
crap.
point.
So I think it's a
they're
solid option. I wouldn't use it.
I would place.
I wouldn't rank
put
them
solid
lower than
too.
a solid option.
Yeah, say
I
think
would put
it's
them in solid. I would put them in solid.
I
okay
think
with
it's
that.
good for like a lot of people who want to just get into an Arch distro, but I think long term I wouldn't use it daily.
And also
Because
oh, no.
like
Oh,
for
go ahead,
example, right? Now, granted, this was a couple years ago, but one time they let their SSL certificates like expire, and what they told their users was simply turn back the clock.
Yeah.
No.
Like, bro, that's not a fix, okay?
Yeah.
No.
You know?
That's pretty sad.
Like, and it's really, I'd be really sad because like I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? And the Manjaro devs will come on, and you almost never hear the Arch devs, like, because they're busy doing work, obviously.
Yeah, same.
But, like the Manjaro devs are like very active, and they will like go in the community and like, which is nice. It's very inclusive and kind, but like, man, some of the engineering things they do is just bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of very amateurish, and that doesn't. I think that's why Arch proper does not like Manjaro, because they're like, you're making us look bad,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
And
a,
so there's definitely animosity there,
Yeah, Arch doesn't make those kind of mistakes. pretty
but
much ever.
I don't begrudge anyone that uses Manjaro. I'm just saying,
No.
me personally, I would rather just use Arch rather than Manjaro.
yeah, I'd say,
And for the people who are pointing to like the install ease, there are also Arch installers that people make.
but those
Like,
don't
people
make you as
installers for
elite.
Arch. Yeah, and yeah, you lose your street cred. But like, if you're like, I need to rapidly deploy this, then
Yeah.
there are
Same.
options for that too. Okay. Marker Plays says Puppy Linux.
Puppy Linux.
So I knew nothing about Puppy when I added it to this list.
It's a
know that
Linux
it's small.
distribution. Isn't it more for like
I would say I would put it under, at least it's not Windows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Say,
Marker. When is
it
what
barks
are your
when it
takes?
starts up.
I would put it under. Now,
That lowers
I
it.
think- I think. Well, do you guys remember the Ubuntu? It used to have like these like African sounds when it started up.
Oh, yeah.
Mine
That
still
used to be the
does
entire
that.
I mean, that
Oh,
was
back
kind
in
of
the day.
cringe too. That was
But
kind of
pretty
cringe
cringe.
too.
No, that's not
It was
great.
pretty
That's a good sound. Like compared to like the Windows like startup music.
Well,
just
can you bring up the Puppy Linux website?
Yeah.
I think it's raison d'etre. That's a fancy term for a reason of being. Is to be small, right?
Yeah, say
Small and simple.
But we already have Core. for
300
that,
megabytes.
which we can get to later.
Puplets.
Puplets.
That's
Oh,
what they
that
call
looks
their-
kind of nice.
Yeah.
But
That looks
like,
nice.
The looking nice is just like XFCE, right?
Is this? Well, which is this XFCE or is it LXDE?
I would
might be
imagine
LCD.
it's probably. It doesn't say.
It might be on Distro Watch.
Oh, they have Pale Moon on their web. Like they show off Pale Moon.
Tarpup. Wow.
Yeah. Say.
You know,
Oh, it's JWM.
see. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of these boutique small niche distros. Like, I understand why people do them. I'm not a fan. Like, just use a proper distro.
Anyone can make a
Like-
distro. It's not as hard as you would expect.
Are you saying you don't like
Yeah,
Puppy
I'm not-
Linux?
I'm not a Puppy Linux fan. No.
All right.
Wow.
Sorry to break your heart.
Any else that they want us to talk about?
Well, if we're talking about Puppy, we could also talk about Core or Tiny Core.
I've never
It's
heard
like
of
kind of
Tiny
along the same
Core.
veins.
I'm not gonna put it there. I don't even know what this is. Tiny.
It's just
Core.
really small. I'd probably put it there because it's probably
12
not super useful,
megabytes?
but if you need something that's small,
Yeah, small as in like the kernel.
yeah.
You get it's 12 megabytes.
I think they get rid of a lot. I think they get rid of a lot of the
It's simply the kernel and core.gz. I don't know what core.gz is. That sounds like some core utils.
Nope.
What?
Actually, you know what? I'd move that down. I'd put it lower.
I don't know. It's not usable. That's not
It's not usable.
that's probably as usable as DOS. Like it literally boots
Like,
you
actually,
up.
though.
It boots you up to a screen and you're like,
Yeah, I'm not a.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a fan of these small boutique. Like, honestly, like
Literally
if you need a slim thing, dude, Alpine is smaller than both of them.
yeah,
Is this
but
more than
no.
12 megabytes?
yeah.
Alpine is like 12 megabytes
So
because
it's
it
Core.
uses. Yeah, but Alpine is so much more usable, and it's backed by somebody. Like,
Okay, well then it could go one slot higher than Core.
Yeah, say if we're talking about Alpine,
well,
I would
okay, well let's talk about Alpine. Let's talk about
I
Alpine.
would put Alpine at least it's not Windows. I don't think it's a usable system for daily at all. Not even in a VM.
for daily.
Like,
No, I would put maybe in a VM. And guess what? That's probably where it's mostly used. I would put it maybe in a VM.
Because it's just a toy.
yeah, say like I don't know. I wouldn't ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. MX. Ka OS. I've never heard of Ka. How do you say that?
Chaos?
Chaos.
Is it Chaos?
Chaos.
Chaos. That's
Yeah.
such a. Okay.
It's pretty
It's like a
cringe.
KDE. It's KDE Gen 2, right?
Oh, it's
I think so.
Gen 2. Oh, it's totally Gen 2. A lean.
I don't like.
KDE.
I don't like the sound of that though.
I don't think Gen 2. I don't know.
Is it Gen 2 base? I think it is, right?
Let's see. They
it's
don't have the
technically
word Gen
independent.
2 anywhere on their website. So that must mean, well, let's see. Distro Watch. Let's see what they actually.
Distro Watch says it's independent.
Huh.
All right. I don't have enough to say about it, so I would just leave it off for now. Like
Yeah,
I
same.
have
I've never.
I have no
used
frame
it.
of reference. I have no frame of reference.
How about we talk about something you do have a frame of reference for because you know it very.
Well, I
intimately.
mean, let's ask our chat here. Like, does the chat want us to see anything else?
Yeah. Say.
I mean, there's plenty I can talk about. I just want to know what the chat wants to know.
Yeah.
Void. Okay, they want to know about.
Void?
Where do we want to
I
put
would-
Void?
Okay. Personally, I obviously daily driver it because I've been
Okay.
using it for 7 years, 6 years. My wife uses it. My kids use it.
They don't use
or
it by
kids
choice.
use it.
I
Force
think-
it upon them.
Yeah.
They
Say.
use it
I think
because
we need
of
a frame
you.
of
Like, that's-
reference.
They did not.
Everybody,
choose Void.
everybody that accesses Dread or Xavier uses it. Everyone in the
They did not choose
that-
it either.
Yeah.
everyone
say-
in the Indie Lug IRC uses Void. Okay. However,
I don't think Void is
to be
usable
honest,
for normal people.
I would put it under solid options.
I wouldn't put it there.
It's full featured and it works.
It is.
Does the installer
the,
work
co-
yet?
the community is not large enough, and the documentation. It's weird enough where you need documentation, and it's not all there. I would put it under solid
Whoa.
option.
Those two make me want to put it under a VM. That sounds.
Yeah,
like
I
VM.
think it's a VM. It's VM
I
territory.
think for a solid option, you need it to have.
You need it to be able to work. Like, can I load up a Void ISO and click install somewhere?
Or even do a command line.
Or even say if we want to say like last time about a year ago when I tried to like actually do Void, the installer just isn't a thing. It's not great. I think it's a VM.
I think it's a solid. I think it's a solid.
Chat arbitrate.
Yeah, say.
I'm not gonna change my
bias.
choice after this.
No,
I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying. I will freely give up Daily Driver, but I think it should be a solid option.
Here's would you recommend Void for? Would you like
to a system student?
To a system student, would you tell them?
No.
So then, is it a solid option?
To like AKK or
system students are not ready for that.
What about like a junior?
Me or AKK?
Yeah, say.
I say booey. I'm looking for a new distro.
I'm too opinionated.
No, because as soon as something doesn't work, you guys will bitch and moan about it. Be like, blah 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 blah.
So yeah. So
okay. Wait, hold on.
VM. Bobbit says VM.
Cat, help me out here. Cat, you ran it Cat ran it as a daily driver for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
so
then arbitrate. Solid option or maybe in the VM.
VM.
You can choose.
Bobbit says VM.
All right. Well, we'll have whatever Cat says. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Cat is solid. Fine. I'm fine with that.
Cat. Plus, remember, she is a former officer, so she gets say.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
She's a former lug officer.
Having it there.
So
as long as it's not a daily driver.
It's not daily driver status.
No, it's not. It's not. All right. What's next, chat? What else do we want to? What else do we want to bag on here?
What do we want to talk about now? As if we have chat interaction.
Well, if chat doesn't end up saying anything, I have a couple ones I definitely want.
I'm just happy Void is higher than Red Hat Alpine. I can go to sleep tonight. I did my job. I did my job. All right, elephant in the room. Ubuntu.
I think it's
option.
I think it's daily driver. Honestly.
Yeah.
I would say daily driver.
Like, yep, you can have it work. You have a big community.
Lots of
I would say
documentation.
Yeah. So
I would say Ubuntu is the go-to. I would recommend system students.
Yeah.
So
and they do even have multiple installers with multiple DEs.
Yeah.
You can choose.
Lots of good choice.
So
I think it's daily driver.
That's not really an elephant. It's kind of just like a weird choice.
Well, I'm just saying. I didn't like that Arch was the only daily driver up there. So
I think them just having those two would be fine.
Yeah. Well, okay,
I
going
can
off
understand that.
Ubuntu, Linux, Mint. Mint is heavily based on Ubuntu. What do we think about Mint? I'd say Mint is daily driver or solid, but
I'd say it's solid.
I would say solid.
The only reason I say solid instead of daily driver is because if you're doing Mint, it's like you might as well use Ubuntu.
Well, so I've read from comments online, people who use Mint are like elitist Ubuntu members or users rather.
Elitist?
Elitist,
yeah. Mint.
Well, yeah.
Isn't Mint supposed to be like the easy to use?
Well,
like,
yeah,
for
but
noobs?
like people who
which is hilarious.
use Mint are like, yeah, I'm pretty cool.
They're the noobs that are elitist because they don't use Ubuntu.
Wait, hold on. Why is the solid option all the green distros?
Well, let me tell you, I don't think SUSE is necessarily a solid option.
Yeah, I don't know if SUSE is.
Well, we haven't finished Mint yet. Are we happy with Mint?
I'm happy.
I'm happy with Mint there. I think it's pretty
not a
good.
daily driver to me.
I think it's pretty
There's no way.
Marker is not happy.
He's
Marker
not
is
happy that puppy is where it is. It barks.
Alright, well, what Marker says Debian could be a daily driver. Do we buy that?
I'd say Debian's a VM. I think it's kind of in the Red Hat territory.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I don't think normal people should be using Debian.
Most people, I don't think they do. They usually use one of its better
Okay,
derivatives.
how about this? Normal people will probably have a NVIDIA card or a wireless card that requires proprietary drivers. And guess what?
Debian doesn't ship
Rip.
proprietary software.
You can't use that on Debian.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can't use it on
That
Debian.
instantly kills
Yeah.
a whole user base.
Yeah.
It's a VM. It's definitely a
it's
server side.
Yeah.
It's a server side.
Honestly, fair.
Yes. Okay. At least we're okay with that one.
All right, let's pick a non-Linux. I don't know why we have non-Linuxes on here.
Because you
Let's
put
do-
them on you put them on your Unix slides and systems. So
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I figured it was
pick.
worth it.
One of the
Which
biggest.
one do you guys want to do? FreeBSD or OpenBSD?
Open's like the OG. Right?
Open is worse in my opinion.
No, free is the OG.
Yeah.
Oh, is
say
it?
I'd say FreeBSD is a VM personally. I don't think
honestly,
I
the
don't
problem
think
with
normal people
BSD
should
is
use.
It's BSD.
I could be between VM or solid.
See,
For FreeBSD?
I think the
Okay, but what's the context? If it's for a desktop, yes, it's a VM.
yes.
If it's a server,
it's
it
a
could be
solid
solid.
option. But
Desktop.
I think the trend is that these are for like normal people.
Yeah, we're talking about desktop use, I think.
Yeah, where is Temple OS, Zephin?
Yeah, where's Temple OS?
Sorry.
You could find an icon. You could find an
Find an
icon.
icon. There's plenty
yeah,
of
true.
icons.
How about OpenBSD?
I would
Walter
put
loves
OpenBSD
OpenBSD.
with Puppy. I think OpenBSD is worse than FreeBSD.
I would put it under. At least it's not Windows.
Say, it's with Puppy. Like FreeBSD.
Well, here's
is
the thing.
just
I
better.
actually, I primaried OpenBSD. Well, both OpenBSD and FreeBSD at one point in my life. OpenBSD is so slow, and its file system is crap.
What does it
OpenBSD is the
use?
only operating system where I had file system corruption where it lost data.
What
I
file
think I
system
put
does
that
it
under. I'd rather
use?
use DOS then.
I'm
Yeah.
very tempted to put it. I'd rather use
Yeah,
DOS.
if
I
it's-
think
if
it
it's
goes
that
there
low-
if you had.
except that the actual like usability is actually pretty good in the sense like things make sense, the pieces fit. It's just it's so damn slow. It's to this day, at least a couple years ago, it was still kernel big lock, meaning it can only use one core in the kernel.
Oh my
Not taking
god.
advantage of multi-core.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Wow.
okay, it's 2021. Moore's law has called,
Wait.
and it wants you
We've
to
had-
start using multiple cores.
Yeah, we've had multi-core like every device for years now. There aren't devices
know.
that ship single core anymore.
Okay, now that I've said that out loud, just put it under. I'd rather use DOS.
Yeah, come on, man.
Like I love their approach to things. I love that they gave us SSH.
We're talking
That's
Holy
about
crap.
it though. Like
Holy crap! I cannot use this operating system. It's just so bad.
Exactly.
It's
That's
so
the point of
bad.
that category.
And guess what? Now the people are gonna watch this, like the 3 people, and they're like, "Oh, now we're gonna hack Bowie because he dissed my favorite,
he
leak."
just
Because
OpenBSD.
Because OpenBSD has like their advocates are like the super zealots. Like
Yeah.
Like
I used to
Walter?
like
The actual
I used to like
hackers.
like you think the Arch people are bad with it. By the way, I use Arch. OpenBSD is like the OG. By the way, I use OpenBSD. You know that? Guess what? There hasn't been a remote hack in like 10 years. I'm that
No one
scared.
uses it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
same.
bro, because you don't ship with anything. Okay, like
Because you don't have multi-core.
No one wants. Yeah, so your SSH daemon uses up all your
Just like-
CPU power.
all right.
Okay, speaking
Okay.
of like the elite people, right? Do you know what distro all the elite hackers use? They use Kali. And that's what Mr. Robot taught me. Is
Yeah.
that the hacksaws use Kali.
I'd put it at
I
least
was-
it's not Windows. I don't.
Yeah, I'd say.
I've never
Again, I
used
don't
it.
like boutique. I don't like boutique distros. Like
I think it has
just run Ubuntu and install Nmap. You're good. Like
What is Kali based? Is it based on Ubuntu?
it's based on Debian.
Okay.
But I think you shouldn't. I think it has a place. I think for normal people, that place doesn't exist.
So it just ships with like security patches
It's
or
yeah,
something.
basically.
To me, if I see someone running Cali, I'm like, okay, they're just a hipster poser.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
that's all
Yeah.
They
so
watched Mr. Robot.
They watched. Yeah.
You saw Mr. Robot. Like,
And the worst part is,
I don't want to offend anyone that runs Cali. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just saying when I
This
see
is
someone
Lux.
that
No
runs
one here
Cali,
even runs Linux. You can say whatever you want.
2
Shoot,
summers
you're right.
ago, I used Kali as a daily driver because my office manager didn't have any other like install disks. It's not great. It's like not compatible with like the Debian repos that it's based on. You have to like compile everything.
That's pretty bad.
It's just not good. It's not a good experience.
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Fair.
not a huge fan.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there's one major distro on here that we haven't talked about yet, which is Fedora.
I think Fedora is daily driver tier. Personally, I think it's got RPM fusion, you know, so you can get all your proprietary software. I think it's good. I'm preemptively putting it there, but I will accept criticism.
Zephin, what do you say?
Oh man, I don't think I know enough. Do they? I don't think I know enough about it.
It's got SE Linux. It's got DNF.
Do you know what?
I would
does bother
say-
me
I
about
would
it?
say-
Is it only ships with GNOME.
No,
And I
no,
kinda
you can
hate
get
GNOME.
you can get KDE spins. There's KDE.
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
I
Just
think they
mentioned on their
introduced it.
website.
Yeah. So
Okay, I would say the floor for Fedora is solid, and the
I would
ceiling
agree with
is daily
that.
driver. I don't know. What does
I
chat
would
think?
also agree with that. Yeah, chat.
What does
Trevor's
chat
great.
think?
Is
what do you
it
think?
daily or is it solid?
I hate RPM, so I would put that under solid.
Really?
But
You like RPM?
I don't. I never learned how to use RPM, and thus yeah.
see, I agree with Barker.
Okay.
I'm closer to solid. I'm closer to solid.
Okay. No,
Okay,
that's
here's a couple reasons why. Okay, RPM, which is bad.
what's wrong with RPM?
I just never liked it.
It's not very user friendly. I don't think. Like
It's
I
not
tried to learn
user-friendly.
how to use it.
Okay. RPM 2, it has similar problems with Debian in terms of the proprietary stuff, right?
Well, that's what RPM
Like, to
Fusion's
you-
for.
Well, okay, so you gotta add this third-party thing.
That's
which
one
is dumb,
click.
Okay.
One click.
Okay. Short support lifecycle. Right?
Yeah.
Fedora is like what, a 6-month lifecycle?
They
I
want you to
think?
update every 6 months. I get that.
Every 6 months. Okay.
Yeah. So
Then the last part, which I think for some people is a killer, is that their raison d'etre is to ship like the latest stuff, which also means that you get the breaks, you know, like the bleeding edge really fast.
yeah,
and so
you're doing a service for the
But-
community.
I feel like if you put this up next to Arch does the bleeding edge better than Fedora. You know, like
yeah.
I'd rather have the Arch version of the bleeding edge than the Fedora version. So that's why I would say for Fedora, I would put under solid.
Okay.
Because Fedora is just trying to be like this bleeding edge, yet also quote unquote stable daily driver thing. It doesn't really work to me. I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's a good explanation. I accept that reasoning.
You know,
All right.
for a lot of the remaining ones, we could just do like a rapid fire because like we've done most of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
So we could just do like rapid fire, essentially saying where we think it should be ranked and not really justifying
Yeah.
it that hard.
Deep
All right.
in.
All right.
Deep in. Rather use DOS.
VM.
Well, no. Let's start with CentOS, right? Start with
CentOS. Okay, let's just go left to right. CentOS.
VM.
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 Deep
Yeah.
in. I would say DOS. Stay away from deep in.
Why? Just because it's Chinese? That's racism, man.
I mean, I don't know. I would stay away personally.
I don't have any experience with it.
I would say Emacs.
Oh, I wonder who
I would
that
say
could be.
okay. Deep in. If you both want to put under DOS, I will not.
I'd say
disagree,
Winblows.
so.
I'd say Winblows.
I say Winblows too. Let's put
Okay.
Winblows.
Elementary.
Solid.
I don't know if I'd put it solid personally.
I'd
I
say
think
VM.
I'd say V. I think
Really?
it does too
Well,
many
it definitely
things.
would not be. It definitely would not be a good VM one. So.
Yeah, so I think it's too different. Like it's based on Ubuntu, but it does so many. Like the Pantheon desktop is just so different that I think it's not. You know.
It has a very cohesive. Like, okay, here's what I think. I think that if you buy into the story they're telling, and you don't go outside of the small box they built for you, it's great.
True.
But that's
for
if
everyone
you don't
else,
need to go outside of what they ship, then it's
but for everything else, it's not good.
It's not. I'd say VM or
to me,
Windows.
it's a solid.
I don't know. I'd say.
I know it's
VM.
not. You shouldn't use it in VM, but I'd put it in VM, just like that.
In terms
tier.
of like say.
Okay, yeah, it belongs in that tier, but you actually use it in VM because it's very graphical.
Exactly.
Yeah, say.
All right, so VM. I'm fine with VM.
Okay.
Endeavor, I know nothing. Wait, actually, I do.
Endeavor's just Antiros. I don't know if you know anything.
I would say solid.
I'd say
solid.
solid.
It's just like Manjaro. Solid.
Say.
Solid.
Farron.
It's not Windblows.
At least it's not Windblows. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, one of their selling points is that it can look like Windows.
Yeah.
But
For the people that don't know,
there.
for the people that don't know, can you bring up their website?
Oh my
Is it still
God.
is it still a Weebly website?
I think they fixed that, but I hope they fixed it. No,
Or
it's
bring
still
up the
it's still a
Distro Watch
Weebly.
comments.
It's still a Weebly. It takes forever to load. It's still a Weebly. Like, come on.
Designed for familiarity. There it is.
Powered by Weebly.
So people don't know the backstory about this, but so I was sitting in a Telegram channel for a podcast, and the Farron OS developer, these podcasts were talking about Farron OS. I was like, what is this distro? And I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, it's just like a theme on top of Ubuntu. Like, what's the big deal? But everyone was singing its praises, and the Farron OS dev was promoting it, and I was
got super high on
guys.
Distro Watch for a few
No,
weeks.
it got super
really
high on DistroWatch, but it's literally just a couple of themes on top of Ubuntu.
It's skinned.
It's
it's skinned Ubuntu.
it's just like a skin, and I was just
You don't use it, please.
I was like, it's just internally for Lug, it became a meme. We're like, oh, this is the best distro.
Stickers, you know.
Yeah. So, but at least it's not Windows.
At least
But
it's
it can
not
look like it. It can look like
At
it.
least it's not Windows.
I would use it though over stuff like TinyCore or OpenBSD, so I'm fine with
If
that.
if I had
Okay.
to, I pray whatever situation I'm in resolves itself. But
All right, Gen 2. VM.
VM, okay, yeah.
VM.
Chaos,
VM.
I have no idea. At least it's not Windows.
At least it's not Windows.
Okay,
It's not
fine.
Windows.
We don't know enough
KDE
about it, so
Neon.
it's terrible.
I'd say that KDE Neon's VM.
I say it's solid.
I think that's a solid. I think it's
Okay.
a solid.
I think it's too well integrated to not be solid.
I mean, it's Ubuntu, yes, but it's the
running
KDE
KDE
developers pushing directly to it, right?
And
Yeah,
the
I
KDE
mean-
developers are kind of ballers. Like they go ham.
Zeppin's
Yeah.
a
I'm also
KDE
kind of a fanboy.
Yeah,
but,
same.
like,
Wait, someone.
for a-
Wait,
for a different reason.
I think Nolan wanted MX, right? So Nolan, help us out here. Did you leave?
Did he leave chat?
Here, let me ping on IRC.
Did Nolan leave chat?
Where should
Pog.
MX go? Okay, we can wait for Nolan to
can
hype
wait.
MX.
Open
He was
Susa.
adamant about me putting it on the list.
OpenSUSE, I would put VM.
Yeah. Pop OS.
We're getting a nice
I'm not-
bimodal distribution here.
I'm not a fan of SUSE, so.
Yeah. I tried it. It's okay. Pop OS. I'd say Pop OS is.
I would put solid.
Yeah.
I'd say solid.
Solid.
You've got all of the support of Ubuntu plus some decent mods to
Yeah.
GNOME.
I think
Plus-
it's
Yeah,
solid.
I would say solid.
Raspbian.
it's not at least.
At least it's not.
Windows.
At least not Windows.
Yeah.
Like if we're playing it like on a desktop computer, like at least it's
Yeah.
not Windows.
Solus.
Solus is
I mean,
solid. In my
I'd say
opinion.
it's so the
or
biggest.
daily driver, honestly.
I don't know if it's
No, it's
daily
not
driver.
documented.
no.
Yeah, it's not documented.
It's not documented enough.
I would put it between VM and solid.
Yeah.
I'd say solid.
I haven't looked at it in a while though, so
AKK, you've used it
I
the most
used
recently
it-
of all of us.
I mean, yeah. I think it's a good distro. I think it's got a lot of good ideas in terms of having its own package manager and
wow, this is looking like the first systems exam. If I turn my head.
oh my wow, it's a It's a distributed curve. All right, we just have MX. We need to put
We have
MX
MX.
somewhere. That feels.
VM.
I'd say I tried to use MX for a while.
It's a Debian derivative.
but it's like
I would
Exactly.
I would put VM.
It's-
I would put VM.
It's a Debian
hip-
derivative,
yeah.
but there are better Debian derivatives
Yeah.
out there, like more documented but broader user bases.
yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a DOS. It's probably VM.
It's hipster Debian.
Yeah, there we go. That's a nice distribution.
Yeah.
Now, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. This is obviously just our opinions. You can
yeah.
disagree.
No, this is
You can
official.
disagree.
This is the lug
And we're not trying to like
endorsement.
bag or bully any particular distribution besides OpenB.
Like all these all actually have uses. Like Tiny Core has a legitimate use.
Yeah, it's just
but not
our
for normal
opinions.
people. Yeah. Why not like?
All right.
Where's Amazon Linux or?
I'm
Cl-
sorry, I
But
only
that's-
added a few of them. I didn't want to add
That's
them
definitely a
all.
VM.
What
Well,
about-
so
What's the one Intel?
I think
makes?
Tom-
Clear
I think
OS?
Thomas wanted LFS.
LFS.
So LFS is probably like Gen 2, so I would say VM.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say LFS is not user friendly at all.
What is LFS? I'm not sure.
Linux
I've heard
from
of it.
scratch.
Linux from scratch.
You need a bootstrapped Linux system to install LFS.
Oh, you know what we forgot? Which has been like a hotness recently? Kiss Linux.
Kiss?
I don't think
Kiss.
I think we're on different levels of what hotness means because
Do you mean hotness because
Okay.
their logo are lips? Like, and that's
No.
the hotness?
No, it's hotness because in the little hacker circles I run in, okay, Kiss is getting some PR. I'm just saying.
Minimal command line.
it's
environment.
literally I'd say
It's by Dylan. It's by Dylan Araps.
I'm sorry. I need graphics. Like I use applications that need graphics.
but it's written.
No, this has a you can install, you know.
Can I
Well, of
install
course you can
GNOME?
install stuff
Can
on
I
top
install
of it.
GNOME?
I don't think so. It doesn't have like dbus or something.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have dbus.
that's not gonna do it for me. Not gonna do it.
Exactly. Dylan Araps, man.
It doesn't have
There we go.
dbus. This is unusable.
Well, it looks
VM,
like their
that's a
website is
definite
down.
VM.
Yeah, their
then.
website's not loading.
I would play around with it, but that's definitely.
I was tempted a few months ago to switch, but
You would realize how miserable you
would.
would be.
You know, you could
I
switch
love
your
Void too much. I love
like,
Void too much. So.
That sounds good for some of your headless machines.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. Their package situation is not good. I looked
Oh,
into it.
yikes.
So, all right, let's
Okay,
wrap
you
it up.
should
I think.
You should save this picture
Yes,
and put it
I'll
in the,
save it.
Can you-
in the Slack.
yeah,
You can
screenshot
put
this.
The save button.
Download image. Lug. Tier list. Okay, I'll put it in Slack.
I'm happy with that tier list. I think
Yeah.
it's a nice distribution. I'm happy.
I mean-
my only goal is to make Arch a daily driver, which
I
I,
mean,
think it
honestly-
rightfully deserves to be.
If I had to pick the two best distributions today, I would definitely say Arch and Ubuntu. So I'm not. I mean, everything else after that, I don't. It probably doesn't really matter that much. But you know. Oh wow! What a pun.
That's a pun. That's a.
So. All right, let's wrap up the show by doing our COVID corner. So let's bring
Ooh.
up our daily COVID dashboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
please don't. It hurts.
What's our dashboard like? Let's go.
It looks terrible.
Is the link on IRC somewhere?
It should be.
I think it's on the.
You have the Observer.
It's on
right?
the-
notes.
I'm
Yeah, it's on the
lazy.
Observer article.
I'm lazy. Okay.
You want me to send you a link?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm just lazy. Hey, dude, that's a pretty good curve. Look at that.
Look at that green curve with
Yeah,
daily
dude.
cases.
That's like better than my portfolio.
Oh.
Nerd Aim is holding with diamond hands.
Oh.
55 cases
We're gonna ride
today?
this. We're gonna ride this wave to the moon.
Bro.
No, that moon is a moon I do not want to be
Oh,
on.
God.
All right. Well, so this week the major story though, it's about Finnies. Can you please bring up
Oh
this?
my god.
Can you bring up this article? This article has the best quotes. The best quotes. Please
Yeah.
bring up this article. Okay, so apparently last week or 2 weeks ago, Finny's had a let's celebrate 100 days before graduation thing with over 300 people. Okay, not masked, but wait. Can you go down?
Yeah.
Go down to the quote. This person describes what the atmosphere was like. Please scroll down and read this quote, AKK.
Have you ever had the good fortune of going to a Kenya during the Great Wildebeest Migration? The animals hip to hip, nose to nose, grunting and making all sorts of guttural sounds. Perhaps what was lacking was the very distinct odor that one notices in the wildebeest migration. It is a serious matter, but this is what it was like. The venue was packed on the main floor with only 20 people wearing a mask. 20% of people wearing a mask.
So, Nordic students are wildebeest, grunting with guttural sounds. But wait, there's more. There's more. Can you please scroll down and read the quotes by the owner of the bar?
Oh my god.
What did they say? This one? Oh, I don't agree with the mask? Or is there... I'm not sure that really that the special event... I don't think it applies to us. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't agree with the mask one. No.
Oh, I don't agree with the mask. I don't think they help personally. But when I'm at the bar doing my share and going around, I'm wearing a mask, and I'm asking everyone else to. Come on.
I like how he says, I don't agree with the mask. Like, very interesting choice of language
mask?
there.
I don't agree with that, I'll say it. Jesus.
And, well, I guess, it usually takes, so, I'm in quarantine for 2 weeks. And you say, why 2 weeks? Because it takes time from exposure for you to actually, get the disease and then show symptoms, right?
Yeah. Got that
Well, two weeks ago, we had this, migration of wildebeest. And now our numbers are going to the moon. So, I don't know. I'm not Dr. Fauci. I'm not a medical scientist here, but I'm seeing a trend. So I'm seeing a connection.
Bruh.
Well, the university is also seeing a connection, and they made some
Connection
changes.
noted.
Do you want to talk about these new campus restrictions?
I mean,
this last
something
one?
we haven't seen before. So, restricting hall visiting, or lowering percentage of dining hall use, stuff like that. It's pretty much what you saw last semester, towards the end of last semester.
Now, the people on Reddit, which I don't even know are real students or not, it could be just a bunch of professors making things up. I don't know.
Or salty alums or whatever.
But they're not happy about this, and they're just like,
I mean, that's Reddit for you.
What's the point? What's the point of being on campus if it's a prison?
Yeah.
Like, how do we feel about this? How do you feel about this?
Okay. I mean, there's a lot. Obviously, we also have students who aren't on campus and chat, and I think the important thing is classes are still on campus, are still in person. And I think that's a very hot take to have, that it's like a prison, because theoretically, with COVID being around, this is how you would be living anyways, just at home, right? You're not supposed to be going out or doing anything like that. So, I don't know. I disagree.
I mean, how does chat feel about this? How do you guys feel about these new restrictions? I mean,
yeah. What's the take, chap? Hey, if there's any metalheads on campus, to go have some socially distanced metal, comparing our every tower to a prison.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold my
exactly.
Usurping emergency powers.
Can we impeach her? Can we do a vote of no confidence?
Oh man,
dude, I'm gonna vote to convict EHH. Bruh.
I mean, what can we say, right?
Yeah.
It's a global pandemic.
No, dude, this is clearly the university's fault.
I just hope that next fall we have some semblance of normalcy. So
yeah.
But
all I've seen
I do think
is online right now. Yeah, I think a lot of universities
A lot
are
of
online.
places. That's the thing. Lots of people are online. But so I guess the question is, would you guys rather just have it be online
No.
and have you not on campus?
It depends. Like if
I believe
would say
that.
no.
I believe that.
I would believe that too, but I don't know. I like being here. I like being away from home, but
See, that's the thing that I think gets lost in this is that for a lot of students, or not I don't say a lot, but for many students, right? Like their home environment is not necessarily the best.
yeah,
For
or
a
it's not
number-
conducive to learning.
yeah,
Or anything.
Yeah,
like
for a
that.
number of reasons. It could be simply that I don't have good internet at home, right? It could be that I have a gazillion siblings in my house,
yeah,
right? Or it's just too easy for me to get distracted in my house. So, like, I think for a lot of students, just being on campus, even if it's hybrid or online, is still better than being online at home. So,
yeah.
no.
And
Wow,
I mean, we still
Marker-
have in-person
Mark-
classes too.
Markers is telling the undergrads GTFO here. But
Well, don't worry, Margaret. All the imprisoned students, quote, are the ones living in residence halls that don't have parking near any buildings.
True.
that's true. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward. So like, it's weird because like when I was first in quarantine, I was like, this sucks. I hate everything. I want to be in person. And then like a week later, I was like, this is great. Let's keep doing this forever.
Roll out of
I
bed,
can do.
put a
I can
hoodie
do online
on,
forever.
start class.
Yeah.
Now I'm like back towards like the middle. I'm like, well, I kind of want to do in person, but I also online's very comfy.
Yeah. Say.
You know, it'd
So,
be great if
I
you
can
could
just-
just choose like
you
10
know?
minutes before class what class would be for that day.
No, I think for most students though, I think being in person on Monday is going to be good, particularly since we have an exam in a week and a half after that. So
Yeah.
You have an exam in a week and a half for systems.
2 weeks after that. 2 weeks after
Still,
that. So.
bro.
Makes sense. We're burning through the weeks, and systems has 2 midterms, right? So
Yeah.
SMH. You're working those students too hard.
nah, they're fine.
You need to make it easier.
Just put it up. Just
Make
put it
easier.
on my sifts.
Just
Just put it on my
sip it.
sifts. I will go ahead. I will cry. I will drink myself to sleep, and then I'll
don't
repeat
cry.
and do it again next year.
Oh, this sounds
I
very
didn't say
healthy.
what I didn't say what I drank. I'll drink water, you know, to rehydrate my tears.
Yes.
That's a lot of tears you're,
You're
gonna be
losing
crying.
tears at a rate fast enough. You need to drink water.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So
Nice. Well,
All right. Do we have
that
plans
about
for
wraps
next
up
week?
our show.
do we have?
Do we have plans for next week?
We
I
can
don't
make
think
plans
so.
in the interim.
All right. Well, chat. Let us know what you thought about our rankings or this ranking show. We're thinking about possibly ranking, say, desktop environments and window managers down the road. But if no one wants to do that, that's fine too.
Yeah, we would just will
Um,
do whatever chat wants, pretty much.
So if no one comes up with anything for next week, we'll just have to make it up. You know. So.
We could do a demonstration of something. Maybe something that like ties into systems guru point.
Well,
like that.
systems group point next week is text editors. I don't know if you guys want to demo text
I'd
editors.
happily demo my. I'm a big fan of my Vim setup, and I know we probably have a viewer out there that's got a very nice Emacs setup that they could also
That's true.
guest demo.
Why would you want to use?
We
Emacs?
can never
Because-
find good Emacs people. So
Because we need to show a breadth of what's out there. If we just show all Vim, then what if
Then the
someone
world
at
would be
heart is
better.
an Emacs person?
we should also get someone to demonstrate VS Code. So
I can either do Vim or VS Code. I'm a big fan of both.
I would hope you're a big fan of your setup.
I'm just saying I've spent some time and thought to put into it.
I know a lot of.
Don't need to
yeah,
sass
but-
Emery.
wow, Emery is just
Wow.
wow.
Big
Much
fan of
support.
myself.
Much supportive. Wow.
I don't know. I like Xcode, but That's kind
Okay,
of a hair,
okay, we
that's
get
kind
it.
of a hair.
Okay, we get it, Mister. I'm gonna drive 11 hours for a Mac Pro.
11
Okay,
hours
we
one
get
way, please. It's 22 hours round trip. Please.
Oh my lord.
Dude,
Wait,
I
like-
what happened to the Campus Compact?
No, I'm not leaving. What did you? Why would I leave? That's
He's not-
preposterous.
He's not driving 11 hours.
Why
11
can't this
hours
thing
will
be
be
shipped?
driven to get it.
Oh, it could be shipped, but A, I'm impatient, and B, why would I want it shipped? When I can do it myself, right? Don't trust anyone else, right?
You mean not do it yourself?
Yes. Why would I? Yeah.
Wait, are we gonna have a lug event? Are we gonna have a lug event?
Well, SAO mandated that any event has to be on Zoom for the interim. So
Oh, I know.
we could. I mean, once again, it's up to chat, right? Like, it's up to participation.
I mean, Emery, that's what I told him. I said maybe you should consider the weather, but you know, Apple
I do not
fanboy is gonna
believe in the-
fanboy.
Bro, it's a good deal on a Mac.
The power of Apple will prevent the bad weather.
Dude,
Yes,
Magic.
when
Apple magic.
when I have a Mac
Steve
Pro,
Jobs is gonna distort
Descend
reality
from
for
heaven.
him.
Yeah.
my reality
reality.
distortion field.
Clear
Powered by
the
Steve
path.
Jobs. When I have, who's gonna save my ass? No one, because
Steve Jobs.
no one's. I'm not gonna get stuck. I have the utmost faith in the public servants of this country.
So the public servants are going to save your ass.
Saving Private Apple.
When is Buika? No, but I would be actually. I'm fairly close to my home, so my parents, in the event that I do screw myself.
No, but what if he gets stuck in Ohio though, like halfway?
My brother lives in Ohio.
That's
Sounds
true.
like he's got this covered.
I've got
He's got this covered. He's good. He's
my
good.
minimal amount
Yeah,
of
we don't need to
planning.
worry about him. He's fine.
I'm confident in his ability.
It's just sitting in the car driving.
Wait, Emery, when I was a senior at Notre Dame, my friend came out and we drove, or actually he drove, from Notre Dame to Harlem in New York City so we could go to a Gorillaz concert, 11 hours straight.
It was worth it,
Went
wasn't
there.
it?
We went there, we went to the concert, we slept in a parking lot, and we drove back.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
a
an
senior,
adult.
right? This is something you do. It's a rite of passage. It's the American way.
Yeah.
Go on a
I'm
road
trying to-
trip. Crazy things happen. You learn from it. You live. It's Darwinism. It's fine.
If I
It's all
die,
good.
what's the worst that happens? You know.
Well, I'll tell you what's the worst. That Apple loses a lot of consumption from you.
It's true.
Well,
Can
see,
you risk that? Can you risk
yes,
that?
I can. I think it's worth it. When I have my Mac Pro, it'd be great. It'll be great. It's probably gonna run Linux too, so because it's stuck on like an ancient operating system.
True,
So
and Linux can revive the dead.
Wait. You know what? Did we ever do this? I don't remember if we ever did this. Remember I think last semester we pitched like we will install like Arch on stream. Did we ever do that?
no,
No.
We could do that.
Yeah, that's
We
a good
could do
idea.
that.
Like as a community, just like see if we can figure out how to install Arch on the stream.
Okay.
On ancient hardware.
No, like on like a VM.
No, we can install it on the Mac Pro.
We could install on Mac
Yeah,
Pro.
fine. We'll do it on the Mac Pro. We'll do it live. We'll do it on the Mac Pro. Okay.
I've got a capture card already, or a little USB thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll
perfect.
work.
All right, let's do this.
There we
let's do
go.
this. So now he has to go.
So okay, dumb question.
Is this for show content? Okay.
Can the
It's an
club pay
SAO.
for this?
It's mandatory.
Can the club pay for the computer? It is providing value to the club.
Dude, I don't control the count, so you talk to the treasurer. You do what needs to be
You know,
done.
I bet Luck could at least pay for your gas.
See, but you'd have to like submit that to like SAO. Like if we
Yeah,
told
you
them,
don't want EHH to see that, dude.
yeah. See, but if like
You don't want her to see
if
that.
you tell them that we bought a computer for the club, I think it would work. I think we could make that happen. I'm asking it to happen.
All right. Thoughts and prayers for AKK.
I'm not
that he
gonna
makes it.
die. Worst case, I get
You-
shanked. In
You
New Jersey.
say that. You say that. Okay, look. You say that now. If something bad happens to you, we're all gonna look like idiots. So.
Well, I'd be the real idiot because I'd be the dead one. But street cred in the balance. Yeah. Okay.
Can you at least check the weather and the road conditions
Right.
before you go?
I'll look at it right now on stream. Let's radar. Pittsburgh is a good stopping place. Let's see. If I
No,
told my
Emery,
mom-
she
no,
would not
my
let him.
parents
She
are
would not
not
let him.
going to learn about this.
I hope they don't
Okay,
watch the
so it's
stream.
not
No,
great.
no, Emery.
It's not great.
I think Emery is processing your mom right now. So.
I think that this makes me a better person.
Aw.
I think it makes me a better person.
Can you at least keep us up to date?
I
You know,
will.
be like,
I
hey, I'm
will.
here.
Yeah, we're gonna
Can
ping you.
you get
throughout
one of
the
those
day.
tracking? Can you get one of those tracking apps so we can watch you on a map?
I mean, the NSA already has that, dude.
And we could just stream it the entire day.
24
like,
hours
where you
straight.
No,
are.
we want to have like an AKK watch. Like,
AKK
where is he
watch.
now? You know?
Let's
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if there's an app for that. I'll do some preliminary research.
No, I'm pretty sure there is an app for this. Because I listened to a podcast. This guy in RV said he
To
used an app to
show-
do this,
GPS.
Yeah, and we can host it
location
on Twitch.
on website. I don't
and
know.
we can just periodically check up on you and be like, okay, oh shoot, he looks like he's in this little town in Ohio for 5 hours now. Wonder what's happening here.
GPS app. I don't know what to Google to find. what I'm
Well,
looking for.
we can figure that out.
Uh,
I think in the meantime we should probably wrap
yeah,
up.
we should probably wrap up. Yeah. So this has been the LugCast for the. I don't know. What is this, like the 10th episode or something?
Of this season, who knows?
Oh
who's,
yeah.
who's counting? Who's counting?
Hope you liked it. It sounds like we'll do an install next week. At some point, we can do text editors. I got someone. We got Jake willing to talk about Emacs if we ever do text editors. He's an actual user.
Yeah.
So yeah, good things in the pipeline.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not over yet. If you want to say your thing,
You want to say your thing?
No,
You
I
can.
forgot we had to see your thing.
you don't have to say your thing. We're still. I mean, great stream. Thanks.
All right,
We can
I have
just
nothing
cut.
All right.
I can't be original this week.
AKK, fake an internet outage.
Uh,
Pull the Ethernet plug.
let me just connect
Yeah,
the
pull
wire
the
cord.
plug.
Yeah. Okay.